Om Shanti, and a good evening, good afternoon, and hearty welcome to each and every one of you for joining us today. Give yourself a round of applause that I made it here today. We have made it here today to celebrate a wonderful festival. And it's the festival of lights. It's called Diwali right now. And then we will have many other festivals coming up, which we will keep celebrating. So we are happy that different religions and communities celebrate many festivals that we can keep staying happy, right? Especially around this time of the year when the seasons change and some say, oh, it's getting dark. And so when we stay happy, then what's the experience that we will carry through the season? It would be the season of happiness. So it's not only the season of lights, but it is season of happiness, the season of joy, the season of coming together, the season where we come and we become one as a family and we enjoy these moments together. And so on behalf of Sister Mohini and the family of the Brahma Kumaris here in New York, Global Harmony House, we welcome all of you to this afternoon program. And I hope everyone is going to take away something that will stay so deep in the soul, in the being, in yourself, that you maybe probably have been looking for, you've been searching for, and something gets awakened. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the afternoon with all of us being together in this room as one family. Welcome again. And I hand this over to Sister Sandhya, who is going to take us through the afternoon program.
Thank you, Sister Anjani. As she already introduced me, my name is Sandhya, and it's my honor to be your MC this afternoon. And it is our pleasure to have all of you here today. Are you all comfortable? How many of you know what Diwali is? Can I see hands? I don't see many hands. How many of you don't know what Diwali is? No? Okay. So the idea of this evening, I tried both to see how many hands I see. So in the festival of Diwali may be new to for many of you, but for the Indian diaspora, it's a festival we celebrate every year. And there are two stories that go with this festival. We're going to try and help you understand what this is, what its significance is. One is the age-old story, like they have in every tradition and custom. It is the victory of light over darkness. It is the victory of righteousness over unrighteousness and the return of the king of righteousness to the kingdom. That's one line of the story. And the other story is about our devotion for the goddess of prosperity, because we believe Diwali brings in prosperity and how it does that. So when I have seen in my own family, many of the youngsters ask us, what is this? If it all happened thousands of years ago, what are you doing now? Why are we celebrating it now? So today, our idea is over the next hour, we want to show how it is relevant to us right now. It's not just a story that happened thousands of years ago, but it is something that's happening in our lives now. Don't you think it is at this time that we want light to win over darkness? For each one of us, in every part of the world, and all of our lives, right? So Diwali in a way symbolizes that. So we will be kind of trying to open up and show how this works, how we can work with ourselves to make sure light always wins over darkness. So we start today's evening. As you always know, when there are children, they are the first to go, right? So we have a beautiful troupe. We have Aliza, Lekha, Amaya, Maya, and Sophie. Can you come up? This is the group from Nartan Rang Dance Academy, led by Swati and Siddhi Vaishnav. And it has been the cultural hub in the tri-state area. They have over 80 students, and the academy fosters friendship, growth, and a deep connection to Indian heritage. So they will start us off this evening with a beautiful dance.
ओ आजा आजा दिल के गाँव राहे दे के कोई जागेगी फिर किस्मत सोने जागेगी फिर किस्मत सोने थी अब तक जो हुआ चारों ओर शहनाई शोर तू मेरी ओर चल निकला चढ़ प्रेम लोर ओ दिल के चोर कर मेरी भोर भोर दिखला सजना हुआ मैं तेरे कौन तेरे बिन मेरा रौनकें तुम्हीं से मेरी कौन तेरे बिन मेरा तेरा है चार चुफेरा कौन तेरे बिन मेरा कौन तेरे बिन मेरा तन चढ़ के देख के मेरे बह के तेरा कह के खुद को मेरे दिल की बात जाने कायनात तेरे दिल की खबर बस मुझको और बातें प्यार की लाना प्यार जताना समझना हुआ मैं कौन तेरे बिन मेरा कौन तेरे बिन मेरा रंग बिखरा बिखरा सब निखरा निखरा जाए जिधर जिधर ये नैना मुझे खुद पे नाज हुआ पगला ओ आजा आजा दिल के गाँव राहे दे कोई जागेगी फिर किस्मत सोने जागेगी फिर किस्मत सोने थी अब तक जो I showed निकला तेरी प्रेम लोर बोतल के चोर कर मेरी रांझना हुआ मैं तेरा कौन तेरे बिन मेरा रौनके तुम्हीं से मेरी कौन तेरे बिन मेरा मेरा है चार झुकेगा कौन तेरे बिन मेरा कौन तेरे बिन मेरा मुझे शोर तू मेरी आवाज़ निकला चढ़ी प्रेम लोन को के जोड़ कर मेरी तन गिर के मन बह के तेरा कह के तुझको मेरे दिल की बात जाने कायनात तेरे दिल की खबर बस मुझको तेरे दिल की मन बह के तेरा कह के तुझको मेरे दिल की बात जाने कायनात तेरे दिल की खबर बस मुझको प्यार की रात बना और प्यार जताना कौन तेरे बिना मेरा कौन तेरे बिना मेरा शोर तू मेरी ओर चल निकला तेरी प्रेम लोर बोतल के छोड़ कर मेरी अजना हुआ मैं तेरा कौन तेरे बिना मेरा रौनके तुम्हीं से मेरी कौन तेरे बिन मेरा मेरा है चार झुकेगा तेरे बिन मेरा मुझे शोर तू मेरी ओर चल निकला चढ़ी प्रेम लोर को के जोड़ कर मेरी अच्छा
Thank you, Aliza, Lekha, Amaya, Maya, and Sophie. Because of a mistake on my side, you got to see them dance twice. Yeah. I would like to call on Dr. Sushil for a small bhajan. Dr. Sushil is a highly accomplished nephrologist specializing in kidney diseases. He's the founder of the Long Island Kidney Associates, which has become a leading nephrology practice in Long Island. He's also a student of the Brahma Kumaris since 2020. His guiding principle is to work with love, zeal, and enthusiasm. He's also a passionate student of vocal music, enriching his life with both medicine and spirituality and music. So we are here to hear a bhajan from Dr. Sushil.
Thank you, sister. Happy Diwali to all of you. Some of you are familiar with this bhajan very well, so enjoy. इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना दूर अज्ञान के हों अंधेरे तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे दूर अज्ञान के हों अंधेरे तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे हर बुराई से बचते रहें हम जितनी भी दे भली जिंदगी दे, बैर होना किसी का किसी से, भावना मन में बदले की होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे, भूल कर भी कोई भूल हो ना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम न सोचें हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचें किया क्या है अर्पण। हम न सोचें हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचें किया क्या है अर्पण। फूल खुशियों के बांटे सभी को, सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन। अपनी करुणा का जल तू बहा के, कर दे पावन हर एक मन का कोना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे, भूल कर भी कोई भूल हो ना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। थैंक यू।
Going to ask on behalf of everyone, what did this song mean?
I have a translation and I'll read it verbatim. Oh God, give us so much of strength. Our faith in our heart never wavers. May we walk on path of goodness and we do not make a mistake even accidentally. Let the darkness of ignorance be away and give us light of knowledge. Let us be far from all bad things, and howsoever much life you give us, let it be good. Let there be no ill feeling amongst people and no feeling of revenge. We should not think of what we have received. We should always think of what we have given to the world. We distribute flowers of happiness to all so that every life becomes full of happiness, like a garden. Your kindness and mercy makes every heart ever pure. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Sushil. We now have another beautiful rendition by Geeta Setia. Geeta Setia is a highly trained singer, composer, and actor with over 25 years of experience performing across the tri state area and India. Since 2007, she has been closely affiliated with ITV Gold, and she's also known for her appearance in the national commercial for Vonage Telecoms. She has released 3 albums, two of which feature her own compositions. Today, she will grace us with a beautiful rendition of a bhajan from her album Samarpit.
Namaskar, everyone. I'm Geeta Sethia, and I'm here to present a bhajan. This was my first guru, my mother, Mrs. Sushila Kapoor. She composed it, and she taught me that as a kid, you learn from your mother, your parents, your aunts. So she was my first guru. She was a singer at All India Radio herself. And I would love to present this today in front of all of you. The main gist of it is the prayer of God. We are singing in the glory of God. Jap Ishwar ka madhur naam. Sing in the glory of that beautiful, beautiful God who takes care of us, who give us everything in life. we feel sometimes that we miss it or we ignore it. Just to remember to do that every day with every breath. That's what the song just is. I'm sorry I'm wearing my glasses because I have some problem with my left eye. Not that I'm trying to do any fashionable thing. I just wanted to let you know, going through certain medical issues. But so this is called Tanpura. It gives me the bass note, which I use for my singing. Mm. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. जग ईश्वर का मधुर नाम जग ईश्वर का मधुर नाम ईश्वर का मधुर नाम जप ईश्वर का मधुर नाम पल पल छिन छिन घड़ी घड़ी निस दिन पल पल छिन छिन घड़ी घड़ी निस दिन श्वास श्वास से मधुर नाम जप ईश्वर का मधुर नाम घट घट व्यापक अंतर यामी आ घट घट व्यापक अंतर यामी रोम रोम में रमता स्वामी घट घट व्यापक अंतर्यामी रोम रोम में रमता स्वामी निर्विकार निर्वैर निरंजन पाप ताप नाशक दुख मंजनी जपते से सदा योगी जन जपते से सदा योगी जन पुनः पुनः करे उसे प्रणाम जपते से सदा योगी जन पुनः पुनः करे उसे प्रणाम जप ईश्वर का मधुर नाम नित्य पवित्र सृष्टि का करता नित्य पवित्र सृष्टि का करता दुख दारिद्र मनोबल हरता नित्य पवित्र सृष्टि का करता दुख दारिद्र मनोबल हरता अजर अमर अविनाशी अक्षर करुणा करे चंद कौन करे प्रभु निस दिन चंद कौन करे प्रभु निस दिन सकल मनोरथ सकल काले चंद कौन करे प्रभु निस दिन सकल मनोरथ सकल काम जग ईश्वर का मधुर नाम पल पल छिन छिन घड़ी घड़ी निस दिन श्वास श्वास से मधुर नाम जग ईश्वर का जग ईश्वर का जग ईश्वर का मधुर नाम।
Thank you, Geeta ji. That was beautiful. One more song. Today we have with us Anil Duaji. He's a devotional singer who began his musical journey at 13. After moving to the USA in 1979, he performed Ma Durga Jagran and Chauki. Today we have him with us, and I call on him to present a bhajan for us.
Hello, hello. Good evening. मेरा प्रणाम है आप सबको. Thank you very much, Sister Anjali ji, Sister Sindhya. तो कई बार इन्होंने बोला प्लीज कम, तो बस मैं बाहर से ही आशा को छोड़ के चला जाता था. आज मौका मिला अंदर आने का. Thank you very much. The song I'm singing, everybody have a light in the hand, right? Who don't have it, they have a chair in the next to you. The song is, you each other, she on the light for you and you on for him. Each other light on, okay? No, 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 no. That you can do it later also. Put that song on. You can do it then. ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो. राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, सबको गले से लगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो. कौन है ऊंचा कौन है नीचा सब में वो ही समाया भेद भाव के झूठे भरम में ये मानव भरमाया भरम ध्वजा परम ध्वजा फैलाते चलो प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो Mukan Singh. सारे जग के कण कण में है दिव्य अमर एक आत्मा एक ब्रह्म है एक सत्य है एक ही है परमात्मा प्राणों से प्राणों से प्राण मिलाते चलो प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो थैंक यू वेरी मच थैंक यू
अनिल चौहान कराओके कराओके जगत में आपका
I don't know
पसंदीदा
how much time they have.
Thank you, Anil ji. Thank you, Anil Dua ji. We now have a powerful script, a skit that explores the timeless struggle between light and darkness. Through the character of Luna, this performance shows how, even in the darkest moments, the light within us remains, waiting to be rediscovered. Watch as Luna embarks on a journey to find hope, guided by the light that never fades. Welcome, Luis, Michelle, and Carmen.
The stage is dimly lit, shadows covering most of the space. Luna stands alone in the center, visibly weighed down, as though carrying an invisible burden. Behind her, something darker lurks, shadowy, insidious, whispering words that only she can hear. It wraps itself around her, clouding her thoughts and dulling the space near her. The air is thick with a sense of despair, and Luna's every movement reflects the heaviness in her heart.
Why does everything feel so heavy all of a sudden? Each day feels darker than the last. I used to feel joy. I used to feel hope. Where did it go?
joy, hope. Those are fairy tales, Luna.
No.
You live in reality now, and reality is dark. You're stuck here with.
But I remember there was once light, wasn't there? I mean, I used to feel so alive, so full of hope. What happened?
It's just a trick your mind played on you. You think the world's getting better? No, Luna. The world is full of disappointment. And the light that you're looking for, it's long gone.
Oh, really? Well, maybe you're right. Maybe it was never real.
Exactly. You're smart to see that now. Let go of those silly dreams. Accept the darkness. It's safer here. No more hope. No more disappointment.
But I don't know. What if there's still a way out?
In the depths of Luna's despair, a subtle glow enters from the side. A soft, warm light gradually grows brighter, casting away some of the darkness. It is like a small but undeniable flicker of hope which begins to bloom. This is no ordinary light. It's filled with warmth, radiating kindness and joy, as though it was always meant to find Luna. The weight of shadow loosens its grip slightly, though it's still present.
Luna, you're not lost. The light you seek is still within you. It's always there, waiting for you to notice.
Who are you? I mean, how can there be light in this darkness?
Luna, I am your joy. I am your hope. I am your strength. You've just forgotten me. But I'm always here with you to guide you back to yourself.
Don't listen to her. You belong to me. You can't escape darkness. You'll only fall deeper.
I am so confused. I don't know what's going on. I feel so lost. Can I really find my way out of this darkness? Really? Really?
Yes, Luna, you can. The light is always within you, even when you cannot see it. You must trust in your own strength. Believe in joy. Believe in new beginnings.
No, new beginnings. Ha! You've tried before and you failed. You'll never be free of me.
I can feel it now. The joy, the hope, it was never gone. I just forgot how to look for it, right? Yeah.
Believe in yourself, Luna. The power to find joy again lies within you. You just have to reach out for it.
Luna's inner strength begins to awaken. The place, once filled with darkness, is now glowing brighter and brighter, as though Luna herself is becoming the source of the light. Shadow recoils, shrinking under the force of this newfound hope. Everyone can feel the shift. Luna is standing taller, stronger, filled with a resolve that was buried deep inside her.
I am not powerless. I am not powerless. I can find my own way. I will find my joy again.
No, you need me. You'll never
No,
without the darkness.
no, I don't need you. No, you don't control me anymore. I'm not afraid of you anymore. I do not need you. I choose light and I choose hope.
Yeah. The transformation is complete. The stage. Come on. The stage is now bathed in a soft golden glow. The darkness is gone, replaced by warmth and joy. Luna stands side by side with light, no longer burdened by the shadows of doubt and fear. There's a sense of renewal, of victory, not just over the darkness, but over her own fears and doubts. As the two stand together, united, everyone can feel the joy, the hope that now fills the space. Luna has not only found her way out of the darkness, but also realized that the light was within her all along.
You found your way, Luna. You've always had the strength. The light within you will always guide you forward. You are yourself. You are the light.
I can feel it now. The joy, the hope, it was never gone. I just forgot how to look for it.
Every day, Luna, is a new beginning. It's a new chance to shine. The light within you will never fade as long as you believe in it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, we all carry this light inside of us, as you know. No matter how dark things may seem, there is always hope, always joy waiting to be rediscovered in everything. Every new beginning starts with one single step toward the light.
What will I do when I start to love you? Really trust and know you're there, you say. You'll be in the light where I am. You'll be in the light where I am. Come on now, come into the light. You'll be in the light where I am. You'll be in the light where I am. Come on now, come into the light.
Did you all come into the light? That was beautiful. A round of applause. It was a beautiful skit. Now we will hear two short, inspiring stories of personal transformation. Someone who made it from the darkness into the light, and what their journey was and what their experience was. I'd like to invite Brother Tony. Brother Tony, you'll first tell us who you are, and then you'll tell us about your experience.
No, no, no. I'm glad to stay down here. Can you see me up there? Do I need to go on stage? No. I'm Antonio Figueroa. I've been a early student now for over 20 years. And, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yes, I have to put it like my mouth. I'm Antonio Figueroa. I've been an early student for over 20 years. And I'm an architect. And they told me about this event. I know about the event for a while. They told me I was going to do something last night before I went to bed. So this is going to be really improvised. My story about the light is really one that has to do with how we perceive our world. In the skit, the darkness was saying, you need me. And in my experience, the darkness was basically tension. I lived in a world full of tension. And I didn't know tension was bad. I thought it was good. I thought tension was something that was very positive, gave me energy, energized me, moved things. And I was under the impression that that darkness was actually something positive. And then there were moments when I went on vacation, when I had some family activities, where I was kind of relieved of that and was content. But they were rare. And basically my default was to go back to tension. I'm going to be back to my tense self, and that's how I'm going to get everything done. I had an architectural firm. We were starting out. It was a very difficult time, so I felt this was really good. After a while of coming here, and beginning to see exactly what is the issue of the values that we're looking at, I realized that that tension was not essential to my existence. It was just what I knew. And slowly, I was able to transfer myself from being always in default tension to being content. Whereas before, I was content occasionally, but most of the time, I was in tension. And I thought it was good. I wasn't trying to get away from it. It was here that I learned, okay, you have to see what other options there are. Living in tension is necessarily the one you have to follow. So slowly, through the meditative process and to the values, I began to see that it was possible for me to live a life that wasn't all tension. Now, it doesn't mean I'm still a practicing architect. So anybody in the construction industry will tell you, you live in tension all the time. That's the way it is. However, my default is no longer tension. My default is I'm content. When I'm away from work, away from any kind of conflict, I am content. And that, I think, is really important way of looking at the light. Because when you're in tension, when you're living in an environment that's constantly tense, you tend to believe that's where you are, that's who you are, which is what my situation was. And coming in and beginning to understand that that's not who you are, that is what you are. Who you are is something different, someone that can be content, can be happy. So those of you who have become here before, I've heard the story a couple of times, more than once, but for the rest of you, it's my story about the light. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Brother Tony. I would like to invite Sister Neeti to share with us her journey from darkness into light.
Om Shanti. Good evening. Everybody having a good time? In the light? Or did we choose darkness? Although the darkness was really tempting. So my name is Niti Murarka, mother of 2 children, and I see a lot of us in the family over here who have had similar journeys, catching a train, running to Manhattan, 7 a.m. trains, deadlines. And the business that I was in, it was always never enough. I was in the fashion business. I designed jewelry for all major retailers across the US, the UK, and Japan. I used to work in all different time zones. When I came back home at 9 o'clock, I had to quickly eat and start working again. And I had 2 children. It was always a rush. It was always a feeling of not enough. I don't have enough time. I wish I had that. I wish I had this. And there was always a cry in my heart reaching out, although I had beautiful parents and a husband who I could reach out to, but still they did not have this answer who could tell me, you're enough. You're beautiful just the way you are. So you all, I'm sure, relate to the story of raising families and running and doing stuff. And I was a little girl when my mother came to the Brahma Kumaris, but I had no interest in the Brahma Kumaris. I had no interest in spirituality. It was only my mother that I was really close to. I went back to my roots. It was like a calling. It was this deep calling of love that was pulling me. And I had to just create time. I think most of us in this room or in this world, when we have anything nice to share, whether it's a recipe, whether it's an outfit, in that moment, we love it. But do we really create the time to go back and review it or actually go and cook it? Most of us don't. So I had to really create time because it was this very deep calling of something saying that there is something very beautiful waiting for you. And sure enough, I listened to that very beautiful calling, and I took a chance. And I carved out time little by little. And my calling was, you can manage, you can do all this. And once I became a student of this highest of high beauty, how he encompassed me in his arms, showing me the way and letting my children's failure even be beautiful. And I said, that is amazing. That is beautiful. Because now I was connected and I was loved by this supreme energy who was my cheerleader, even in my failure. So now I could see that. And being in this light, the light that we saw, it is really a journey. So to each and everyone who has come here, I truly tell you, take the time. Let this light be your best friend and see how time, space, and this universe will show you the wonder and beauty that you celebrate every moment. It will be happy birthday, happy Diwali, happy New Year, every moment. So that is my journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Niti Ben. That was beautiful. So it looks like this darkness, what does it do? It rushes us, it pushes us, and it's loud, right? But what is this darkness? And what is light? What is this journey they have made? What is the journey this kid was talking about? Do you want to know? You all want to know, right? So today we have the honor of having Sister Kala with us. Sister Kala is the director of Peace Village, our retreat center in upstate New York. She is a board certified pediatrician who transitioned from focusing on physical health to addressing the spiritual needs of those around her. She's been in Peace Village as the director for the past 25 years, and she serves as a spiritual and administrative guide. She has over 35 years of experience as a spiritual teacher, and she's dedicated her life to nurturing inner peace and well being. She's a very gentle, but a very strong soul. Very small, but very big. So we will get to hear from her today. Welcome, Kalaben.
ज्योत जगाओ ज्योत जगाओ विश्व शांति की ज्योत जगाओ इस धरती से अशांति का अंधकार मिटाओ ज्योत जगाओ जग के ओ माटी के खिलौने बैर कभी ना रखना जग के ओ माटी के खिलौने बैर कभी ना रखना अहिंसा के तुम पथ पर चल के आपस में ना लड़ना अहिंसा के तुम पथ पर चल के आपस में ना लड़ना शिव पिता को तुम याद करके पवित्र बन जाओ ज्योत जगाओ ज्योत जगाओ ज्योत जगाओ
Good afternoon. What a most enjoyable afternoon it's been. Yes, we had to trick you that it's a Diwali program. And of course, Diwali is very universal now, and I don't think it's something new anymore in many parts of the world. But I think for those of you who have been to a Diwali program with the Brahma Kumaris anywhere, you would remember that it's not just about celebrating, enjoying, but it's really about a gift that you get. A gift of light, isn't it? And so very, very warm and happy Diwali to each and every one, especially our guests that have just arrived. And I'm not quite sure if we have a tough time or if our real job is to choose between darkness and light, but really to know the light more and more, right? Because it's a matter of approach. When you say you can choose between the two, it becomes a little tough. But when you focus on something that is true and real and forever, it's much more easy, isn't it? And so I think in most of the cases, the stories that you heard, the story was really about getting to know this light, especially because it's a light that you don't see with these eyes. Yes, I wish we could see the light as clearly as we could see those two forces there, the black and the white. But it's something that you can't touch, you can't hear, sometimes in a clear way. You can't see it in a clear way. And yet there are two opposite forces at work. And the way that I like to see that happen is really what attracts you really anyway. It's the light, isn't it? But this light that we talk about, if we could really get to know it a little bit more, understand it a little bit more, and to be it a little bit more, and I think then we have won the game. You know? I think it's because we don't know about this light, right? It's very easy to light a lamp and say, oh, we have celebrated Diwali and it's about happiness. But in real life, it's something else, isn't it? From the morning to the night, so many different moments in which you feel so many different feelings and emotions. You go through the entire day and you can map it out clearly. It's like going up the mountain, coming down the valley, going into the dark, corners, all things happen. But if we could then, connect with a light that is steady, constant, like you just saw that. And this is what is always attracted me in the celebration of Diwali. That before also I used to celebrate Diwali and, light these beautiful lamps, whether it is lighting a candle or lighting, even the candles of the menorah or whatever. But of course, we always light. But what is this light all about? How does it get lit? And I'd like to see the example. Now we have, of course, two ways of looking at the light, because these days everything is about electric, right? You put on the switch and the lights come on. In the older days when we did Diwali, it was literally like you prepared these little earthenware lamps with your own hand. Of course, it was made out of clay, very basic. And after the lamp was made, it was cleaned, it was, cleaned out. It was decorated a little bit. And then there was oil poured into the little lamp. There were no candles even at that time. And then there was a little wick that we used to prepare, that went into the oil. And then on the day of Diwali, that's when you actually lit this lamp, especially with one big lamp that was always in the altar of the house. In the main altar, you had one big lamp, and that one big lamp went around the whole, front yard or backyard where the lamps were all kept, and it, lit one by one by one. And it's very symbolic, I feel, because what we are really celebrating is the light, the living light inside this clay pot, so to speak, the lamp, clay lamp of the body, made out of mud, made out of dust, from dust and back to dust. And the whole day, the whole life, the entire attention goes on this thing, right? The body, giving very little attention to that life force, the light that is making the body move, that's giving life to the body, that's bringing all these feelings and emotions alive. So we don't get much attention in terms of that little, poor, subtle light. It's almost like hidden. And yet, that's where it all happens, in this little light, which we call spirit, soul, Atma, Deepak, whatever you want. Everything happens there. Everything starts there. Everything has to change there in order for anything to change outside. Even when we were watching this beautiful skit, it was all happening here. We got something out of it, right? We understood something. We were touched by something. We experienced something. Even though the message was coming from outside, but it was happening here inside. And so for me, Diwali is really about withdrawing the attention from all of the extras of life and coming back to the essence. The essence being that we are all living lights. What does that mean, living light? What is in this light? What is living in this light? You heard these beautiful virtues. Joy is living in this light. And what makes it live in that light? Because that light by nature is joyful. By nature. When something is a nature of someone or something, you don't need to make effort to be that or to act that way, but it just is that way. So the nature of this being that we are, the light that we are, is peace, love, hope, joy, power, wisdom, benevolence, generosity, courage, all the virtues that you list. And all of those virtues are actually the energy of this light. And yet it's not something that I can put my finger on. It's not something that I can see. It's not something that I can hear, right? And yet I am the only one who can feel these things within myself. Amazing, isn't it? What life is all about. and how far we have come from living that life in an authentic way, in the busyness of things, in the rush of things, and in the immediate demand of things, in the immediate need of things. We forget who we are. And so this one big lamp that used to come and light these lamps, I'm going back to my memory as in my childhood. It all makes sense now that there needs to be one light at least in the entire universe that doesn't get into the same routine of what we call here as the physical consciousness, the body consciousness, the temporary consciousness, the limited consciousness. There needs to be one light that is totally unlimited, timeless, always eternal, complete, full. And so we look up to that light actually in times of utter darkness like this to come and light us once more. Even though we as human beings, we are light, and we can be reminded of light again and again. But we also have this tendency to forget. Because just as there is one side of the coin, which is to remember, the other side of the coin is to forget. But if there's someone who can be in that remembrance and in that awareness all the time of what life is all about, and that's the light that we need to connect with. I was talking about this lamp. When we pour the oil in that little lamp, what really happens is that that one lamp, the big lamp, big light, comes and pours the oil of knowledge in our little diya there, if you may. Whatever we have forgotten, we are reminded again. And teaches us to actually connect with that supreme light, with that wick of remembrance, that little, little wick. Or if you want to look at the electrical one, you can say that unless and until you're really connected with the source, they're not going to come on light again. We need that connection. And if we lose the connection, then it's either darkness or it's flickering or it is, takes a lot of time to get on again. So Diwali for us is really about igniting that inner light. And it's not about lighting it once and saying, oh, I've done it. Why? Because we also have very, very deep habits of forgetting. So it's almost like we need to create some kind of a routine, some kind of a, what do you call it, a lifestyle that will support this remembrance. And this is what we call meditation. Right? Meditation is nothing but an act of remembering. Of course, there are many forms of meditation and many ways in which to meditate, but in our language of the Brahma Kumaris, the Raj Yoga meditation, what it really is it's really, let me remember who I am. Let me remember who can really fill me up again, who can charge me again, or what can charge me again. Let me remember what are my true and eternal and forever qualities. let me remember what will ultimately make me happy at the end of the day. At the end of the day, not just for a few minutes now, a few minutes there, but at the end of the day, actually, I think we all come back to our conscience, isn't it? You could have been very happy or very, had a great day. But at the end of the day, you kind of question yourself. And that's what used to happen to me when I used to work as a physician, as a pediatrician. Very good work. You're helping so many people. You're taking care of so many, sick babies. And yet at the end of the day, I would always find out or ask myself, is that all we do? Right? Because you see one sickness you've taken care of, and the next day they come back with something else and something else. So I always felt that, we're not doing enough, even in the best of interest of people. But there must be more that we can do for people that are in need, people that are sick. And that's how my search, actually led me to this. What's more? What more can I do? What more can we do? So coming back to that light at the end of the day, whether you call it your conscience, whether you call it your authentic self, whether you call it your truth, it always wants to know more about this light. And once there is that authentic seeking or searching or wanting to know more, wanting to help more, wanting to give more to the society, to the community, to the world, I think that light automatically comes and meets you halfway. You don't have to make the full journey to find the light, but that supreme light comes to actually partner with you, to give you that support, to give you that strength, to pour that oil, so to speak, to enlighten you again. But yes, of course, we do need to have a little bit of what would you call it? For lack of a better word, some kind of a discipline, so to speak, that you build into the day, where you remove yourself from all the immediateness of life. And you say to yourself, now these are my few moments. I want to enjoy the permanence of my light, the beauty of that light, and the power of that light. And I want to be that light so that others also can get the same light, the vibrations, the rays of that light. It sounds too simple, right? But it is very simple because it's all about going back to who we already are. We've all heard about the word soul, haven't we? Spirit versus body. We all know about the impermanence of the body, isn't it? And we all believe in the permanence of the soul, isn't it? Now we just have to give it a little form, a shape. It's a form of light. It's alive. It's conscient. It's sparkling. It never fades. And so meditation is my way of making that journey back to remembering not what I'm not, but what I am. Because a lot of our attention goes into, like you said, the tension, the worry, the fear, the guilt, the this, the that. And even when we pray out of guilt. No. We pray out of love. because we all have the gift of God's love, the best gift that we can all get. And the gift of that love, the power of that love of God actually pulls us out of the darkness. We don't have to make that effort. We have to, though, acknowledge this search or seeking for truth that we all have, I think. It's almost inherent in everyone. Everyone wants to go back to who they are. Nobody wants to be artificial. Nobody wants to be just something that somebody else wants me to be. I want to be who I am, isn't it? What makes us most unhappy is not being who I am entitled to, who I am. And who am I? I'm peace, I'm love, I'm happiness. So to stabilize ourselves in the authenticity of that self-awareness is what Diwali is all about, being that light. And when we do that, it's amazing how our vision for the person in front of me changes. I'm talking to myself, I'm feeling that I'm light, I'm peaceful, I'm loving. The other person hasn't changed. Nothing has happened to that person. But as the person comes in front of me, because something has shifted inside of me, the way I see that person has also changed. We all know that, right? How our perceptions are so different and so based on what we feel about ourselves. So just imagine, and even now, science tells us that, the way we see somebody, something actually has a big impact on what that, the possibility of that person to be. So being that light, being in that awareness of who I am is actually very, very generative, very transformative. It changes from our awareness, our attitude, the way we see things changes, the way we talk to each other changes, the way we relate to each other, our give and take changes. And our whole world changes based on that. So we see Diwali as a time of this worldwide change, actually. Worldwide change. Because the word Diwali or Deepavali actually means a string of lights, a rosary of lights. It's not about one light, two lights, few lights, but about a huge rosary or a string of lights, which actually refers to all the souls of the world, all of us living as lights with each other. Is it possible? Possible with a small circle, then a bigger circle, then a bigger circle, then a bigger circle. But starts with the self. I can't wait for my next person to change, for me to change. Then we'll all be waiting forever. So this is the principle based on which the Brahma Kumaris, starting in 1936, have grown until today worldwide. So many millions and countries and, such beautiful, magical stories like you heard today of self-transformation, but also effecting that transformation in the society, in the community, in different ways. Starting with just not even my light, I, the light. Sometimes I say my light, but it's actually I am the light, right? My body, we say, but we don't say my soul. The soul is saying my body, my hand, my head, my this, my mind. So who's saying all of that? My. There has to be an I that says my. So who is this I? It is this conscient, sparkling, living light. The light of peace, the light of love, the light of joy, the light of all the beautiful things. Going back to that story that you started with, Sandhya, is, the other thing that's, prominently worshipped in Diwali time is this goddess of wealth. Just imagine goddess of wealth. Why would you worship goddess of wealth? But this wealth is not a physical wealth. It's the wealth of inner treasures, inner virtues. And it's when we live with our virtues, with our wisdom, with our powers, inner powers, that we can truly create sustainable prosperity. Otherwise, the prosperity, the wealth that we generate, we live and we enjoy is very temporary because it's not based on values, it's not based on virtues. But the universal principle says that anytime you use virtues as your currency, what you get back is very sustainable. It lasts much longer, forever. So one of the advantages of practicing being light is you can multiply this wealth of virtues within yourself. You can find yourself getting more patient. You can find yourself getting more, confidence. You can find yourself getting more courage to do things. So they're not passive values or virtues. They're very actively, useful virtues for our lives today, for our busy times today. So that's how Lakshmi became Lakshmi. By practicing being light, by connecting with the supreme light and accumulating these treasures of virtues, most important assets of life that will make us truly peaceful and truly happy. Yes. So we are going to have a little bit of a trial of what we are calling as meditation. But really, as I said, this simple act of remembering the light. Shall we do that? So you can sit relaxed and comfortable. Your feet on the ground and hands free. It is as if I'm Jewish. And ready. Ready for life, no matter what it brings.
How beautiful was that? Such a powerful message delivered in such a gentle and easy, right? Most of our traditions, religions, the ceremonial part of the religion is usually to bring to light an underlying truth so it stays in our remembrance. So we are familiar, we get to know it, right? And Diwali and the lighting is also similar to that. So we are going to do a few ceremonial things now, but we are going to do it with understanding. When a light is lit, what do we understand? It is symbolic of the light within. As the light is being lit, we light the light within us, right? The light of hope, the light of peace, the light of joy. You choose which one, which you light one of them, right? So we're going to have a candle lighting ceremony now. Lighting a candle symbolizes the triumph of light over darkness and to spread the light of hope. As we light these candles, we invite our honored guests to come forward and illuminate the stage, representing the inner light within all of us. As they're setting it up, Sister Anjani. It is such a peaceful and spiritual and lovely and wonderful atmosphere, isn't it? Yes? It's a very sweet atmosphere. And I have the honor and pleasure of welcoming and inviting our state, New York State Comptroller. A round of applause to our New York State Comptroller, Thomas DiNapoli. A lifelong Long Islander, Tom was raised in a middle class union household and saw the value of hard work and stretching every dollar in the example set by his parents. In 1972, Tom won his first election. Congratulations. And served as a trustee on the Mineola Board of Education, becoming the first 18-year-old in New York State to hold public office. Isn't that wonderful? He attended Hofstra University, earning a bachelor's degree in history and graduated in magna cum laude in 1976. He worked in the telecommunications industry for 10 years and attended night classes to earn his master's degree from the New School
University's Graduate School of Management and Urban Professions. In 1986, he ran for the New York State Assembly and was elected to represent the 16th District of Northwestern Nassau County for the next 20 years. And that is our district. Tom was elected state controller on February 7th, 2007 by a bipartisan majority of the state legislature. He was elected comptroller by New York's voters in 2010, in 14, in 18, and 22. And so again, and that's not over. Comptroller, Comptroller De Napoli priorities include fighting fraud, managing the state pension fund, providing oversight for tax dollars, and pushing for financial accountability. Yes? We welcome Comptroller Tom De Napoli. For those many years that he had been in office here in Great Neck, I'm sure we have visited your office maybe 6, 8 times. Yes, Eric was with me and we would always go and tie Rakhi. It's always the festival of your bracelet. And so maybe we have to come to your office now and start our bracelet session again. Or he will come here. That's so lovely. And so, Tom, we welcome you here. Mr. Kala, can you please come? And we have Michael with us. Michael Kaplis, please come and join us on stage. And we have Ratna Bhalla, who is from our Congressman Tom Swazi's office. She's representing him here today. And so, Sister Ratna, can you please come on stage? And Sister Sandhya.
Beena Sabapati. From an early age, Beena Sabapati was deeply connected to spirituality and actively involved in community activities. Since 1986, she's been a dedicated member of the Vedic Heritage Board, continuing lifelong commitment to spirituality and community service. Please come on, Beena. Anjali Gumaste. Raised in a disciplined middle-class family in Mumbai, while studying at Siddharth College, graduating in psychology and philosophy in 1962. After studying labor law in London, she earned a law degree in 1967 and a master's in history in 1985. Now, at 85 years old, she's completing a PhD thesis. Double PhD, not just one, double PhD. Set for submission in January 2025. The next guest is Prafulla Vagela, Director of the New York State Assembly Community Business Relations, EC Committee member of the Indian Association of Long Island. Renuka Mali. Renuka Mali represents the Sant Nirakari Mission's New York branch, where she has been involved for 3 generations, currently focusing on community service programs. Praveen Chopra, founder and editor of lotusinthemud.com, Wellness and Spirituality magazine in Long Island. A round of applause for all our guests. Can we have the music?
Sister, so much. Good afternoon, everyone. What a privilege to be here. Thank you for those beautiful words. What a privilege to hear you. How about another round of applause? I appreciate it, sister. You're reminding everybody of my bio, but what you left out is the great moment of when I became state controller. It meant that Michelle Schimmel would be in the state assembly, and I know how close she is to the Brahma Kumaris and Global Harmony House. Round of applause to Michelle. I missed her skit, but I already got the reviews of your skit, and I heard superb. So I have this proclamation. I won't read all the whereases in the interest of time, but this is just a small way to show my respect and appreciation for Brahma Kumaris Global Harmony House. And as Sister mentioned, I represented this community. I still live in Great Neck. I remember this, when this was the Christian Science Church. I go back that far. And you have become such an important part of not only the Great Neck community, but the larger community of Nassau County, Queens as well. It is great to see this wonderful turnout today. People coming from different faith traditions and certainly being reminded of what Diwali is all about, the victory of light over darkness, good over evil. And given what we're all going through in the world these days, what an important and universal message that is for us all to embrace. So I really thank Brahma Kumaris and Global Harmony House for keeping this very optimistic view about what we as a human community can do if we would just focus a little more on that inner light and making the connection with the inner light in everyone else. So this is just a small way of saying thank you for the great spiritual leadership you are providing for all of us.
Thank you, Sanjeevan. Hello, Om Shanti, Chikala. Congressman Swazi is sorry he could not be with us today as we celebrate Diwali. However, he asked me to tell everyone that he is here with us in spirit as we celebrate this special holiday. And Congressman asked me to present the citation. It's a brief one, so I'll just read it. On behalf of the constituents of the 3rd Congressional District of New York, Shubh Diwali. On this day, we celebrate the triumph of good over evil, light over darkness, and wisdom over ignorance. Best wishes for a happy, healthy, and safe celebration. In closing, may the festival of lights light up your life and dispel all darkness. Happy Diwali.
And now we will be doing the ceremonial lighting of diyas.
घर आंगन हो ऐसे दीप जलाए, प्रीत के रंग में खुद को रंग के मन के भेद मिटाए, मन के भेद मिटाए, रोशनी का हो बसेरा, रह ना जाए कहीं अंधेरा, मिलकर लाए नया सवेरा, होठों पर मुस्कान सजी हो, रिश्तों को हम ऐसे सजाएं, रिश्तों को हम ऐसे सजाएं, जगमग जगमग घर आंगन हो, ऐसे दीप जलाए। प्रीत के रंग में खुद को रंग के, मन के भेद मिटाए, मन के भेद मिटाए। जगमग जगमग घर आंगन हो, ऐसे दीप जलाए, ऐसे दीप जलाए।
जिसका न कोई संगी साथी, ईश्वर है रखवारा। जो निर्धन है, जो निर्बल है, वो है प्रभु का प्यारा। प्यार के
That was the first ceremony. Now, would you like one in which all of us are part of the ceremony? Do you all have a little diya with you? Can I see it? All of you. Don't light it yet. We're going to start. You have to wait for the ceremony to start. I'd like to invite Sister Anjali to come up in the front. She'll kind of lead us through it. It's a reflective activity. For a moment, look at the little lamp in your hands and switch it on. As your light shines, take a moment to reflect on its deeper significance. A symbol of your inner light, your strength, and your positive energy. As we become aware of our light, let us share this light with everyone around us. Take a moment to turn around and see the person next to you as a light, just like the one in your hand. Take a look all around you as the whole room is full of lights. Just like Kalaben was saying, we are like a rosary of lights. Slowly become aware that we can spread this light, not just within Harmony House, within New York, within the USA, but all over the world. all 8+ billion souls, each one a light, part of this rosary, belonging to the Supreme. Let there be the light of hope, of peace and joy in every corner of the world, every part of the world. Let every soul experience joy on this day and every day hereon. Slowly now, Sister Anjali will take us into the next part of the experience.
Om Shanti. Happy Diwali. So, for this final sharing, a very special invitation to each of you to not receive it as something you're watching or words that you are hearing or music that you are hearing, but an invitation to be in this beautiful moment, in this very auspicious, special gathering, and allow the words to go deep inside of you. Be with us, travel with us. Allow the music and the movement and the words to tell you a very special story. And give yourself that gift to experience your truth, your beauty, your inner light, who you already are. So I invite you all into this experience, and good to keep your cell phone on the side. Let it be recorded in the soul. That sounds okay? Okay.
Dearest friends, allow your hearts and minds to remain open and ready to be filled as we offer to share with you a story
a story that celebrates and honors you. Life is like a journey on a train. With many stations, change of routes, and variety of scenery. At birth, we board the train and enter our circle of love. As time goes by, others board that train at different stations. And we call them our siblings, our children, our family, our friends. This train is full of hellos, goodbyes, learning, and moments of sweet surprises. But from the moment we meet each other, we dance the grateful exchange of our life experiences, painting the different colors of life. The masterpiece of life on earth. But today, our train has made this very special stop. What a beautiful celebration. The celebration of deep memory that lies within each one of us. Just as this moment, dissolved images, others hold on you. Dissolve your story. Your roles. Dissolve anything that is temporary. And open your heart. Open your heart. Allowing the light of love, truth, as it shines to show you who you already are. The beautiful memory awakens. You are a pure being.
swarm of light, nature of love, full of everything. I come into this human experience knowing that I am a guest on this world stage. And every interaction is a gift. I come to each and every one. My relationship with each person is a blessing. Perfectly planned. Perfectly chosen. As a stepping stone to my higher true self. Like branches on a tree, though we may grow in different directions, play different parts. Behind it all, we are all equal, beautiful beings of light, belonging to one God, supreme being of light, that makes us one family. So as you continue on the journey, live in this truth. Live as this light and shine this light on all that you meet. One light lights another and another and yet another. Together as lamps of hope, let us create a new world of love, peace, harmony, and unity. You are beautiful. You are whole, a being of light. Know this, honor this, celebrate this, know this, honor this, celebrate this. That was a beautiful experience. Thank you, Sister Anjali and Satyan Bhai and Sister Neeti. So we heard sweet words. We experienced beautiful feelings. We saw beautiful things. Yes? But what does the mouth and the stomach say? Which festival finishes without a sweet, right? So we are now going to have a Tolian blessing. We will request Sister Kala and Sister Anjani to come up on the stage. Each one of us will get a Toli and a blessing. We will first the guests will come, and then we'll come from your left and go from the right. And when you finish this, take your Toli and blessing. We will all go downstairs. We have a tasty dinner waiting for you. There's a whole lot of cooks who've done a lot of things all afternoon. Sister Kala? Let us wait for the guests to come up first. I will go on the other side.
Light on the horizon, off starboard bow. Feel the spirit rising, hear the mighty shout. Oh, watch the whole creation